A question I think that I'm most often asked is, tell me what's different at Tabitha. What can I expect?
Tabitha meets the person where they are at, wherever they are in their life's journey. Whether we're starting at the beginning for short-term rehab, whether we're looking at long-term placements, or whether we're looking at hospice.
I love being able to help, being able to make sure they do everything that they wanted to do in life and be able to do it to the fullest. With Tabitha, they're still able to do that.
We still then can manage the condition, but we're working with the person. I think that's what's different at Tabitha. Roger is an individual that came to Tabitha a long time ago. Roger experienced a stroke. He had a feeding tube. When you have feeding tubes, you have nutrition issues. When you have nutrition issues, you have skin issues. All these things coming together with the complexities of having a stroke. Within a year of moving into the Tabitha greenhouse, some amazing things happened. They had just been to the doctor for a checkup for Roger. And the doctor comes into the room after running her tests and sits before them and says, I really can't explain this. You're off of your feeding tube, your dentures are in, you're eating regular, consistently. The other medical conditions, there's no trace of. You've gone from having virtually a truckload of meds to a few. I don't understand how this can be possible. And Roger said, I can. They love me here at Tabitha. Environment does matter. Love does matter. Here we have an individual living a normal lifestyle. He still to this day has a wife that comes in and sees him every day. He's heavy into model railroading. He has this amazing track set up in his room that he changes based off of the season. Focusing on what Roger can do versus what Roger couldn't do brings him to a place in time where his condition is still complex, but his quality of life is such that he's able to enjoy his time now.
John and Jean, how do you describe John and Jean? John, he was a farmer in Iowa. His room, he had John Deere tractors in it. Jean, she was that farmer's wife. She supported her husband. They were both very spiritual people. John had had a stroke, and so Ron, his son, had been his caregiver and had been going over to John and Jean's to take care of him. John had fallen and broken his hip. As their rehab progressed, it was evident that John was not getting to the point of where he was going to be able to return back to home. Ron would come in and he would sit, and I can remember him sitting back and say, Barb, I want to take care of my dad, but I just can't. The last thing that you ever anticipate is that you may have to have a loved one in long-term care. I'm frequently asked by families, you do this every day, how do you help everybody through life's journey? Whatever that next step in your life's journey is, that's what we're there to do, to help you through that. The caregivers and the CNAs and the social workers and everybody that comes in contact with that person, they develop that relationship, so it's everybody working together. I remember Ron coming back into my office and he sat down and he'd say, Barb, my dad is back. John had been at Tabitha for a couple of years, and Jean became ill and she was diagnosed with terminal cancer. We admitted Jean to the Good House. I said to Ron, I said, your mom and dad are so spiritually connected. I said, it would not surprise me if that they died within hours of each other. Jean had died probably right around 9 o'clock, and it was probably 4 or 5 hours later, and John had also passed away. Ron was there. He had the support of the hospice team. Hospice is a program that supports you, your family, through the dying process. It helps you to be able to have the support that you need for the things that are to come. We can't treat just the person in hospice, we treat the family as a whole. To entrust someone else to take care of your dad, to take care of your mom, that is just the ultimate.
When you have a major stroke, just boom, and no warning, and your life's completely changed. and you can't get up on your own, you can't walk by yourself, you can't do anything, and you're dependent on somebody, it's really hard adjustment. We started taking care of Sue after she had a major stroke about a year ago, and she is just a riot to take care of. Trying to get her to do her exercises is fun. She always gets the giggle right in the middle of them, and she gets hysterically laughing. Sometimes when she's counting, she's supposed to go to 20, and she gets to 10, and then it's 20. She enjoys life so much. She enjoys her friends, her family. She loves to be able to do things. You know, we're there to help her. And what she wants to do or what she used to do, we try to do everything that we can possibly do with her. Thanksgiving was at her house. We went through recipe books, found her mom's recipes, her husband's mom's recipes, favorite recipes, made the grocery list. Next day I come, she goes, "We're making pies today." I said, "Oh, no, we're not. I've never made a pie." "Oh, yes, we are." In the afternoon, we made a pumpkin pie, 2 of them from scratch, and she taught me how and showed me how to make 2 pumpkin pies. And we had a ball making that, and we've become very good close friends. At Tabitha, when we're there, she's still able to go out to eat, go out visit with her friends. She's still able to go out and plan whatever she wants to do. And even though she's not able to get there herself, we can get her where she wants to go.
This is a human life that has desires, that has values, that has wisdom, that wants to be a part of society and has much to offer. It's about living your life right here.
Tabitha meets the needs of the community, whether you are there for long-term placement, hospice, or whatever the case may be. It is Tabitha. We listen. We're about the compassion to take care of the elders and those whom we serve. All those questions of what do we do, where do we go, and all of those questions that are so difficult to answer.
The answer is loving, compassionate care.
The answer is Tabitha.